I'm gonna record this. Okay. All right, so today is Tuesday, so that means we're doing customer retention like always. If you guys have any questions about ways that you can improve your customer retention, something specifically that you want me to go over, put it in the chat. Let me know after the Zoom, whatever, and we can I can plan that for next week. Today, what I wanted to talk about is, again, reminding everybody about how important it is to have a system for your customers. We have systems for being a promoter. We have ways that we onboard promoters. We have systems in place to get all of the information about being a promoter to everybody, answer questions, things like that. We need to also have a system in place for dealing with customers. We need to have a record keeping place, right? So for me, the easiest way for me to do that is using my notebooks. I've talked about that multiple times, but I also wanted to show you guys another system that I can't remember who it was that shared it. It was some really high up, like millionaire 200K person that I really, really like. And right now I cannot remember her name. We all know I'm really bad with names. Krista probably knows it like off the top of her head. And I'm over here like, it began with an L, I think. I don't know. But she uses this recipe box. Why is there a magnet? No, that's anyway, she uses this. You couldn't even see that. She uses this recipe box, which is very aesthetically pleasing. It's blue, it's cute, it's a nice system. You can get it from Amazon. It does not cost a ton of money. Inside of the recipe box, it has the little cards that have like the, can you see that? It has like the little letters up here, right? So it creates a filing system. You can also buy index cards that fit into said filing system. Now, how you file your customers is totally up to you. You could do that by their last name. You could do it by their first name. You could file it by the date that they have their auto ship set up. You could literally file it any way that you want. I personally am going to be doing it by their first name, simply because I'm really, really bad with names, like awful with names. I cannot remember everybody's last name. I can barely remember Lisa. I knew it began with an L. Lisa K. Fuller. Yes, that's it right there. She's amazing, by the way. If you do not have her on Facebook yet, you need to go find her. Lisa K. Fuller. Amazing human being. She has a phenomenal system. I love her so much. Everything I learned about customer retention and this system is from her. Like how to send them gifts, how to like spoil them rotten and all that stuff. That came from her like way back forever ago. I stumbled upon one of her YouTubes or something like that. So yes. So I will be doing this by first name. And full disclosure, I have had this sitting in my closet with these index cards for months, literal months. And I have not done it yet because I'm so stuck on my notebook system. So this is me accountability right now, telling you that today, by the end of tomorrow, I'm going to give myself some grace. By the end of tomorrow, I will have all of my customers inputted into this system. It's always better to have two systems than have no system, right? So we'll see which one works better for me. Now, what she does on her index cards is she writes the customer's name. She gets their address right away, right? You could do that on a postable. If you're more like technology minded, you could use a postable. It's a free service. You could send the link to them. They input their information and it saves it in your postable thing. I am not technologically driven. I cannot stand technology. If I did not have to use technology ever, I would be the happiest person on the planet. That is not the reality that we live in, but I do still have some control on that aspect. So I will use my paper and pen as long as I possibly can. So I'm going to have their name and I'm going to have their address. Why? Because I want to be able to send them stuff. I want to be able to thank them. I want to be able to send them a little card with a plus line sample. I want to be able to spoil them, right? Jen and Brittany and Ashley can all attest to this. They started as customers and then moved to promoters. I spoil the crap out of my customers. They get credits, they get free product, they get samples, they get free DFT. I help them however I possibly can to stay on auto ship. Why? Because nobody is going to be benefiting from them starting their thrive and then stopping their thrive and then starting their thrive and then stopping their thrive and all of that, right? And nobody is in complete control of life. So things happen, right? We come into financial situations where we can't afford to maintain our auto ship right now. We've struggled to thrive for free. We have had all of these other moving parts that have taken place, and it is making it impossible for us to continue this month to pour into our own self, right? We have to pour more into our kids. It's Christmas. We need to buy them presents, whatever it might be. I want my customers to always know, one, they could message me at any point in time and let me know, I'm struggling this month. Can I have some credits? I want that to be, and not everybody's going to run their business the same way. That's totally fine. I'm just giving you guys the tips that I use, right? So I want them to know that they can come to me at any point in time and say, I'm struggling this month. I cannot maintain my auto ship. Can I have some credits, right? I want them to know that if they have the funds to do their lifestyle mix and their capsules, but they don't have funds for their DFT, I want them to know Tracy's got their back. I'm either going to send them credits for those DFT or I'm going to send them DFT. Right? I want them to know that I have their back. They are not going to have to go without their Thrive. They are not going to have to stop feeling amazing simply because life got in the way of their finances for this month, right? So what I would suggest doing, what Lisa does, is she has their name, she has their address, she has their usual monthly auto ship order, right? It's important to know which DFT somebody is using. It's important to know what their favorite shake flavor might be. It's important to know what you should be sending them to help them out. Like if you have somebody who works as a night shift nurse, right? She might really benefit from like Thirst IC or Activate or a Pure Shot, things like that that are going to offer her that extra boost of energy later on in the day. You want to know that information, and your brain can only hold so much information. Whenever you first start and you have 4 customers, it's pretty easy to just remember what those 4 people like, right? When you have 400 customers, it's a little bit harder. So you need to have a system in place. And if you start this from the beginning and not like when you're 2 years in and you're like, oh, I probably should write these people down on these index cards and put them in this recipe box, it's a lot easier. So figuring out what system is going to work for you and then utilizing that system to the best of your ability. Also, I would put a second index card behind it that literally just lists every single auto ship that they had go through, right? Like, okay, February 5th, she had it go through. March 5th, she had it go through. April 5th, she had it go through. May 5th, she needed credits. June 5th, I sent free DFT. July 5th, she had it go through. August, she stopped, right? September, she stopped. Oh no, she stopped twice. Okay, let's get her back on there. What does she need, right? Like keeping track of those things, keeping track of what you have sent her. Sending little thank you cards. Also got these from Amazon, super, super cheap. They have a ton of options available. Jen is already killing it with these little cards. She uses her awesome handwriting. I have really crappy handwriting. I'm sure my customers would appreciate if I took like a calligraphy class or something, but the front of them is super me. They fit my brand. They're very like hippie vintage vibe, right? It just says your business is appreciated. Thank you for your order, right? And then they're blank on the back so I can write them a little message. So if I was going to send, you know, every month I send out my auto ship like little gifts or things, whatever they do. If they haven't needed credits, if they haven't needed a free product from me, I'm going to send them a thank you card and I'm going to send them a couple of samples of plus line stuff, right? They didn't need any credits, they didn't need anything else, but that doesn't mean that they don't deserve a thank you. It doesn't mean that they don't deserve some sort of little plus sign, right? So whenever they launch the new Thrive Against Cancer, you get great feedback from them. So I would highly recommend. Yes, I can just like, I know I have literally I'm the most yellow person on the planet, by the way. I have a little bulletin board, like push pin thing. I don't know what those are called, like a cork board. Is that the right word? I have one of those over by my desk, right? So every single time I order something and somebody like writes, like even if it's like the receipt and they just write thank you for your order, I save that because they took the time to write it. Any gift that any of you guys send me, whenever it comes with that little like Amazon little like gift receipt note thing, and it says like, oh, we love you, Tracy, enjoy your king cake, whatever, I save that. Like I save those things because I'm so yellow. So I want to, that's how I show love and that's how I receive love, right? So I have like 400 freaking cards over there that I will never throw away. Like I will be a hoarder for the rest of my life and I will save every single one of them because somebody took the time to tell me thank you or to tell me that they loved me or they appreciated me or whatever. So I want to return that favor. I went on Amazon and I ordered 4 packs of these little cards. I just have them, I write a little note on it. If I'm going to send them, you know, the new DFT, whenever it releases, I'm ordering packs for me, but I'm also going to order a pack for me to split up. right? The first people that I want to send that to are my regular auto ship customers, just with their little thank you. Thanks for letting your auto ship run this month. And I'm going to send it to them. Right? This is beneficial to me on a very spiritual level, on like, it fills my soul. It gives me a joyful heart, right? This is also very beneficial to them because it keeps them on the product. It lets them try new things. It lets them know that I care about them. They're not just a number. You want to know what else it does? It doubles my freaking auto bonus. You know what I mean? Like, it doubles my auto bonus. So it'd be stupid not to take advantage of something that I already love doing, something that already fills me with joy. Why not have my cake and eat it too? Right? Setting yourself up to get the auto elite is literally the best thing that you can do for yourself in this business. You want to talk about residual income? $1,600 a month for a car that you barely pay $300 for. That is residual income. Okay. That is literally paying my van off in like 4 times because FedEx stole your cake. Yeah, FedEx stole my cake. I'm not okay with that. Anyway, that is me paying my van off 4 times faster than I would if I was just paying like the normal payment on it. Right? That is me reaching a goal that I set for myself from day one. So if that is something that you are interested in achieving, it is very, very possible. And the hardest part for you to be able to achieve that is the customer retention, which is why we do this meeting every single week so that you guys from the day one have the access to proper customer retention, to the systems, to the tips and tricks and all of those things that you need to be able to keep your customers on auto ship. When you are first starting out, it is obviously way more difficult to send them stuff, right? Like, you're just starting out. You're not trying to invest into this business whenever you haven't really made a ton of money yet, right? You're trying to be smart about this. You should be very, very smart about this, which is why the next thing that I'm going to talk about is so important. When you are getting your paycheck every single week, I want you to pay yourself first. Put it into a different account, put it into a savings account, whatever you need to do, you need to pay yourself first. You are paying your business, whether that be 5% of your check, 10% of your check, 15, 20, 25, whatever. As you progress and you get bigger checks each week, I would probably up the amount that you're paying yourself, right? That's a product fund. That way, whenever they turn around and they drop a tag team promo, you can go and you can put in a $300 order and have it be doubled, get $600 worth of product. And then you're not out any money whenever you're sending free products to people, right? That's the best way for you to make sure that you have gifts for your new promoters, you have gifts for your new customers, you have gifts for your auto ship customers and all of those things. I had last month, I think it was like 26 packs of DFT. I have 5 left because I took advantage of tag team promos, of BOGO promos, things like that. And I was stocking up, right? I had that money set aside so that I was able to place orders to get those, like the biggest bang for my buck. Can you repeat what you said? My connection was bad. Okay. When you get paid, when you get your weekly paycheck, pay yourself first. Whatever amount is like a comfortable amount for you, whether that's 5% of your check, 10% of your check, 15, 20, whatever it might be. Pay yourself first. Don't touch that money. Set it aside for product and buy your product for like your plus line stuff, your extra DFTs, your goodies that you're going to send to customers, things like that. Buy those when the company launches a good promo. So like when they do a tag team promo and you're partnering up with a customer to get your order doubled, don't order a month's supply, order a crap ton of plus line stuff. Order, 2 packs of Black Label DFT, order some Thirst, order some Boost, order some skincare samples, whatever it might be, because your order is going to be doubled, right? And then you have all of these things that you can then gift out to people. We have in the back office, we have the little box. I have it over there. If you guys want to see it, I can show you, but it's like a little box of the skincare samples, right? It's little packets of all 3 steps of the skin line. Plus, I think they also have like the little mini soap bars that are in there, the charcoal soap bars. You can buy that for $60. I'm not sure how many comes in it. I just buy it. I don't really like pay attention to how many are in there, but you can buy those whenever it's on BOGO and you can get it doubled. And then those make great little gifts to put in a thank you card, right? Like it costs like $1. Like You put on a couple of stamps on an envelope with this and a couple of those little skincare sample packs in there. And they're like happier than a pig in poop. They get that in. They're like, oh my gosh, look at her. She just gave me this cute little card. They're going to put it on their cork board. They're going to save it for the next 47 years. They're going to use their skincare. And guess what? They're probably going to like the skincare. And then they're going to want to order the skincare, right? It's good. It's good for them. It's good for you. It's good for building that relationship, right? So make sure that you have a product fund set up. Make sure that you are utilizing whatever type of like system works best for you. Notebook, recipe box, something on like technology, whatever. Yes, Dakota bought these super cute. I have some too, I think. They're super cute little containers. So you could just put, yeah, I have some right here. You could put some of your own, like if you ordered a month's supply of the skincare, you could separate it out into little containers like this. Make sure that whenever you put the lid on that you tape them down so they don't open up in the mail. But I mean, this is tiny and it's enough for you to put samples in there of the skincare stuff. You could put the charcoal mask in there, all of those things, mail those out. Again, this weighs nothing. You put a little bit in it, you drop it into like a padded mailer. There you go. And remember, this has nothing to do with customer retention, but because I just got done doing it, I'm going to touch base on this real quick. Keep track of the orders somehow, some way, even if it's in like a end of year tax notebook, whatever it might be. Keep track of the product that you order specifically for promos. Keep track of the product that you order that you're going to give out to customers as your thank you gifts and things like that. That's a tax write-off. Keep track of all of these little sample things that you buy. That's a tax write-off. Keep track of every single mailer that you buy. Like I order all of my stuff on Amazon so that I don't have to keep track of that at the end of the year. I can just go to my Amazon orders. I can sort it by that year and I can just write down every order that I placed that was something to do with my business. When I bought my scale, when I buy my mailers, when I buy like promo gifts for my team, like if I'm going to send somebody a book, if I'm going to send somebody a planner, if I'm going to buy them a ring light, if I'm whatever it might be, all of that's in my Amazon. It's easily traceable. Like it's right there. And you know what I mean? Like I could just go to it at the end of the year and write it all down. Also, I keep track of all of my orders that I place that are going to be, that's just right there in our order history, right? Like that's super simple to go back like once a month and write down which orders you place that are specifically not your personal use. As long as it is not your personal use, like your auto ship, whatever, it counts. Like it's a tax write-off. So keep track of that stuff. That's really helpful. But yeah, I mean, these cost like $1. You put it in an envelope, you put in a couple of little samples in there, mail it to them, and it can make all the difference in the relationship that you have with your customers, right? It's a good thing. I also like to do I haven't done it in the last 2 months and I need to get back to doing it. I like to do like a customer giveaway. So everybody who lets their auto ship run gets an entry into the giveaway for that month. If they get one referral, where did you order your thank you cards from? Amazon. Yes, those came from Amazon. Just go on Amazon and put thank you cards and you can find a billion different options that fit like your brand, your aesthetic. You could find leopard ones, Brittany. Those would be awesome. Wait, I don't know which Brit that is. Is that? No, that's not Brittany.
Not me. I'm listening in, but yeah.
So Britt, you might also like leopard. You could find leopard ones. You could find whatever kind fit like your vibe. Bogle, there you go. Well, your name needs to be Doo-Doo Brown. I don't understand why your name is Britt. Like, and you need to change it. Anyway, so gosh, what was I going to say? Oh, so whenever they let their auto ship run, that is an entry into the giveaway. Oh my gosh. Whenever they have a new referral, right? Whenever they have one of their referrals run, that's another entry. When they have a second referral, right? That's a third entry. So now they are thriving for free. I have 3 auto ships that just ran and they've gotten the max amount of entries into the giveaway. I've given away Kate Spade bags. I've given away free month supplies. I've given away skincare. I've given away like gift baskets of like product for like plus sign stuff. A friend of mine got her 2 referrals and she let her auto ship run and all that stuff. And she won in December. She won like a big gift basket from me that had like slippers in it, a robe, like all stuff that I bought relatively cheap on Amazon. It's all a tax write-off. And I sent her plus sign stuff that she literally immediately turned around and ordered because she loved it so much. Profitable for everybody. Everybody wins, right? So put forth that extra effort. And it is really, really easy to get off track with this stuff. It really is. I'm not going to lie. I get off track with it a lot. It's really, really easy to fall off track. It is never too late for you to get back on track. It is never too late for you to message your customer and say, I have not done the best for you that I could have. And I'm sorry for that. Okay. I'm going to put a free goodie bag of like plus line samples in the mail for you right now. I have not thanked you enough for being a loyal customer with me and being on this journey with me. I hope that you're still loving your Thrive, and I promise I'm going to do better from now on. Right? Like that's human. It's never too late for you to do that. So if you feel like, oh gosh, I've already messed up with all these customers that I already have, you haven't. It's like you could very easily just message them and own up to the fact that you haven't poured into them as much as you would want. Another key thing that I mention all of the time, and I think I will probably mention it every single day for the rest of my life because it is that important. Monday customer checkup day. That's what day I do mine. You could do yours on Sunday. You could do it on Saturday. You could do it on whatever day makes sense in your brain. Mondays make sense in my brain. I don't know why. I can't really put any reasoning behind it. I just like to do it on Mondays. Every single Monday, I am going to go to my customer's page. I'm going to interact with their posts. I'm going to comment on their posts. I'm going to message them something about their life. I am not going to ask them how they're doing on their Thrive. I'm not going to ask them if they're going to let their auto ship run for that month. I'm not going to ask them a single thing about Thrive. If the conversation moves to that eventually, great, cool, whatever. But I want them to know that they are not a number to me, that I care about them, that I care about their life, that I am invested in this relationship that we are on together, right? I want them to know I am their friend. First and foremost, I am their friend. I am there for them, however they might need. No matter if they stop thriving or not, I am their friend. And it's really, really easy for us to forget to do that, because we are so focused all of the time on new. We are so focused all of the time on boosting our algorithm, right? It's not really helping your algorithm any if you're commenting on all of your customer stuff and you're not commenting on new people's stuff, right? So we have to be able to find that balance. And for me, that balance comes in setting aside a designated day for doing my customer checkups. So whatever day makes sense to you, pick that day, make it an IPA, make it a priority. I literally will wake up on Monday morning at 4:30 in the morning. I'm messaging customers, right? Like, I don't care if they're not going to be waking up for the next 4 hours, whatever. I make it my priority. That is the first thing that I do on Monday mornings, because I don't want anything to happen. Like if I have 5 kids that start puking in the middle of the day, I don't want that to derail the fact that I need to check on my customers, right? Go for real. A stomach virus in this house is literally hell. Like it's the worst possible thing that could ever happen. So like that's always my go-to scenario. If the worst possible thing happened and my entire day got derailed, I want to know that my customers were checked up with, right? Eat the frog, I think is how they say it. Do the thing that like matters the most, or the hardest thing, or whatever it might be, the hardest thing for you to do that day. Eat that first, do that first. So if it's your RCMs, if it's your, checking up with your customers, if it's your scheduling out your posts for the day, whatever it is, eat the frog, do that first. It's dumb, but I wait to send a message to customers because I don't want to wake you up, but I usually don't finish because the day gets away from me. Do it first thing in the morning. First of all, if you wake up that easily because your phone went ding, you should probably have your phone on silent to begin with. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like
That's true.
If that little ding wakes you up, you're already somebody that has your phone on silent. You know what I mean? Like they already have the forethought to do that, because you are not the only person in the world that's messaging them. They have other people that are messaging them. They have other communication things that are happening, right? So if they sleep that light, they've already had their phone on silent. I've literally never had that be a situation. Like I've never had a single person be like, oh my gosh, your message just woke me up. How rude. Like it just doesn't.
See, I do better when you yell at me. Now I can get out of my head and I can do it.
Brittany, message your people at 4:00 in the morning. What are you doing?
Got it.
I think that was all that I had for you guys today. If anybody has any questions, needs me to go over anything in a little bit more depth or slower, because I know I sound like a crazy person when I get on these tangents and I just talk really fast and I move my hands around like a crazy person, but it's like effective for me. If you have any questions, speak now or hold your peace until next week. And if you guys do think of anything that you are struggling with customer retention wise, something that you struggle with, anything that you might have questions about throughout the week, message me, let me know, because I want to make sure that you guys are getting value from this Zoom. I don't want you to come on here and us talk about the exact same thing every single day. Oh, Dakota, I'm going to cry. You just put me in the same category as Courtney. I love you. That's how I feel when I get on your Zooms. I'm like, wait, no, I keep goal planning, please. Like, let's do your vision board again. Let's go. What are you doing? Don't end the Zoom. But yes, I want to make sure that I'm covering things that are helpful to you guys. I don't like, there's only so many things I can talk about that are customer retention, like the system, taking care of your customers, doing your Monday customer checkup, like helping them thrive for free. There's literally like, and I feel like we go over all of them every week. So if there's other things, other like in-depth things that you need me to do, let me know. That way I can go over that with you guys. If you ever need any promo ideas, this Zoom is a really good chance for us to discuss promo ideas for how to help customers like get thriving for free, all of those things. So I'll probably go over that next week because it'll be the beginning of the month. Hopefully we'll have some sort of promo running at that time too. So it'll be nice to be able to go over how that will help. Gift them credits rather than using. Absolutely. 10,000%. I never, literally 0 times have I used, well, okay, I lied. My first month I used my credits for myself because at that, your first month, you're not making any income yet. You don't have, you know what I mean? Like a weekly paycheck coming in yet. That first month I did use my credits for myself. After that, I have used credits for myself 0 times. 0 times. And that is because I was smart enough to listen to people who came before me and told me to set up a product fund. I didn't come up with that on my own. I'm not like some master genius person who is just like super knowledgeable all the time. I'm just a sponge who literally soaks up every single piece of advice and information that anybody else pours into me. Right. So whenever I speak, you are hearing Alicia, you are hearing Courtney, you are hearing Lisa Fuller, you are hearing Lindsay Reed, you are hearing other people. Right. I'm just the sponge that then turns around and drips it all over you. So set up a product fund. Don't use your credits for yourself if you possibly can at all. I know that sometimes that situation arises and you have to use them for yourself. Like nobody's going to spank you for it, but like you should try to not use your credits for yourself. That is a really, 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 really good incentive to get new customers, guys. I cannot tell you how helpful it is to be able to tell them, you know what, it's normally $164 a month, which comes down to $5.40 a day. But today I have $30 in credits that I can send you. Or today I have $15 in credits to save you free shipping. Right? Like that makes it so much easier to close the deal. And it's not taking too much of the price off. So they're still valuing the product. I mean, I could go on for hours and hours and hours about this. Don't use your credits for yourself if you could possibly help it. Use them for your customers. Also, using those to help your new promoters. That's always a key too, because your new promoters do not have credits. Your new promoters, especially when they are in VIP 800, VIP 1600, they are talking to people who have never been exposed to Thrive. They are talking to people that are like, I don't want to spend $160 on anything, right? So if you have credits that you can then turn to them and be like, oh girl, I got credits for you. Don't worry. We're going to get those customers, right? That makes it a lot easier. That makes it a lot easier for them to hit VIP. And that should be everybody's goal every single day. If you have a promoter, you want them to VIP, right? You want to help them get that thriving for free. You want to help them get at least one of those 2 bonuses. You want to help them feel like they have a standing chance in this business, right? Because so many times it gets hard here. And if they didn't hit VIP, it is real easy for them to be like, well, I never even hit VIP. I suck at this. Even when they don't, even when it's just the flow of business, right? If they don't hit VIP, that is often the mindset that they get. So it should be our goal all the time to help people get to VIP. It is not a measure of success, but they think it is a measure of success, right? So make sure that you are making that a priority while you are also making your customers a priority. My kids are losing their mind. I got to go deal with them. I love you guys. I'm going to get this posted on the YouTube in like the next 10 minutes. And yeah, message me if you have any ideas for what you want me to discuss next week. I love you guys. And I hope that you have a great Tuesday. Don't forget it's payday. We get paid in 1 hour.